So let's have a look here. Someone's asking about, can we do a video on nutrition for breeding dogs? Okay, so I'm just going to go over it real quick because I've got other videos on it, but we feed Tammy Life's Abundance, and you've got the puppies on the puppy formula, and you put pregnant girls on it at what point?
Well, I've got my puppies now that are 7, fixing to be 8 weeks. They're on Life Abundance puppy, and I still have it softened. Next week I will start them on a little bit harder.
So that's puppies. So puppies start off feeding on mum. After they finish feeding on mum, we start transitioning them at about 4 weeks onwards.
With
Royal Canine Puppy Moose.
And if they're eating that really good, then I'll go ahead and just use the softened Life Abundance.
Which is a dry kibble which you mix with warm water.
With hot water.
Right.
You let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Good.
And then smash it all up. Smash it up for them.
And so they get that, and then you transition them to dry kibble at about, what, 8 weeks before they go to their new adopted homes?
Yeah, so they can eat the heart.
So mum has been on regular dog food until about a month into a pregnancy, and then you switch her over to...
Well, the minute she is being bred, I put her on puppy immediately.
So she was on adult. When she's bred, she goes to puppy because of high protein. We wanted to put weight on, not lose weight. There goes my microphone. And then you...
It is on.
It is on, yes. Then you transition to Bill Jack about, what, a week before? Well...
Yeah, usually a week to 2 weeks before she has babies.
Because they lose their appetite, and want to keep their appetite up. Bill Jack will not be available to you if you are...
California?
Yeah, west of the Rockies.
Yeah.
Right. Right, so, and then also we do give a multivitamin of 5 milligrams of folic acid from the moment we AI until they whelp. Right, so there you go. All right, good. That's that one. Next one, gotta read it. Somebody's saying that the way I'm AIing a dog is rape. Good Lord. I'll go into the post office later today, Tammy, and I'll have my picture up on the...
No, your picture's at the vet's office.
Yeah, picture at the vet's office. This man is wanted for rape. Somebody asked me something in Spanish. I can't... translate to English. Let's see if that works. Congratulations. I'm loving the series. Oh, well, good. There you go. That's cool. Thank you. So someone's asking here, CZ94601, besides progesterone, does diet determine litter size? No. No. What determines litter size is, one, there's a hereditary link. Typically, if your puppy came from mum who has big litters, then you've got a better chance of having big litters. The biggest thing that determines litter size really is getting your timing right. And that is all to do with progesterone levels. And I don't think diet's got a thing to do with it. I mean, look, if you've got a dog, so there are some things that can affect the possibility of breeding. It happens in women. If you have an Olympic gymnast who has an incredibly zero fat body content, typically it affects their menstrual cycle, and they don't have regular menstruations, and then don't get pregnant until they get off that diet. The same thing can happen for a really poorly nutritioned dog. Obviously the dog wouldn't be on a zero carbohydrate diet, but the point here is that diet can mess things up. If you've got a dog on a really poor diet, for instance dogs that look like skeletons because they're just totally not fed at all because they're trying to survive, those dogs typically won't have normal heats. But there's nothing that you can do other than giving a regular diet that's going to affect the litter size. It is what it is, and the control that you have over this is to breed at the right time with quality semen the right way. That's it. That's all there is. Samantha Solo, at what age should dog ears start popping up? Tammy?
If they're slim puppies, expect it like 4 weeks. If they're a medium-sized puppy, you expect it at 5 and 6 weeks. And if you've got a fat little puppy, you're going to have to don't wait for it to come up, because they're not. You're going to have to tape them, and I would start taping them at 5 weeks, 5 and 6 weeks. That way the puppies are not apt to be pulling on, the other puppies won't be apt to pulling on that tape, taking it off. But you have to leave it on there for like 3 days.
Yeah, so what's going on here is the cartridge in the ear is not hardened up yet.
And get the good first aid tape. Don't buy the cheap stuff, because you're wasting your money and your time.
Right, so puppies, so what you can really, the real indicator on this one is you've got a litter of puppies and you've got 1 or 2 puppies that the ears are still flopped down and all the rest of their ears are up. That's a sure sign you've got a puppy that needs a little bit of help with his ears. So there you go. Start early. You can't do any harm by this. If you leave it till too late, you will not fix it. If a puppy is 12 weeks old and his ears are flopped down, you probably won't get him to stand up. It's probably too late. So you want to get on this. I can't read with my glasses. The Jane fam says that she loves us. Well, we love you too. So Brenda E's been watching us. I feel like we're being stalked here, Tammy. She's been watching us for a few months now. I finally got a puppy. She's stable. I just took some testing and got these results. I've got a health panel back and I will be doing research. Okay, very good. So let's see, Mr. B says, hey James and Tammy, love the content. Here is a what would you do question. Bought a male Frenchie from a breeder. They claimed it was a lilac and tan carrying testable. I bought the pup, did my own DNA test. Turns out it's a blue and tan carrying cocoa and not testable. What is there to do in this incident?
Well, if you were using it for a breeder. But even though if you weren't using it for a breeder, number one, they made a big mistake. You need to call them on it, and they need to reimburse you, because I'm sure you paid a lot more money for that dog being lilac and tan carrying testable, because a blue and tan that carries cocoa and no testable would have been way a cheaper dog. So you need to contact those people.
So I'm going to approach it from a slightly different angle. So the problem you've got here is you don't have what you thought you were going to buy. So the first thing is, do you have a contract? And does that contract stipulate what this dog is? Because if you don't, you should have had that. So for next time, remember...
If you have it on your phone in your text messages and it's written down that they said that it was a lilac and tan...
That'd at least be a written statement, but it's certainly, you know...
You want to see... This is the other thing, is you always want to see the DNA report from Animal Genetics or wherever they got the testing done to see what that puppy is.
It's the safest way, isn't it? Right, I mean, certainly, you know, we've been in situations before.
We've been in a mistake before.
Well, where we've bred dogs of ours, and we know exactly what the dog is because the DNA on the... So we know what all the puppies are, so it didn't require a DNA test. But that's not the norm, is it?
I'm talking about on a DNA report that we mistakenly said, but we hadn't sold the puppy yet. You know, it was corrected.
Yeah, gotcha, right.
Yeah.
Well, we made a mistake. We corrected it,
But we corrected it, and it was before the guy.
Yeah. So here's the problem that you've got. You know, this depends on where, you know, how long have you had the puppy? Where do you buy the puppy from? Was it across a state line? This makes a difference, because it's much harder to do things legally across state lines than it is within your own state. I would start with a friendly conversation with the breeder.
Because it could have been an easy mistake.
About,
it could have been...
You know, and then you've got to decide what you want to do. You know, are you prepared to still take the puppy? And if so, what kind of price would be fair?
Can I say something else? It could have been a mistake that the Animal Genetics or wherever they got the testing done at could have made a mistake. So that's why I say get that report, see what it said, and if it said that on that report, then they need to contact Animal Genetics and say, this happened.
So something else here, by the way, that you can do right away to determine this is a dog that's a lilac dog will have a red eye glow. A dog that carries a copy of cocoa will not have a red eye glow. So you can confirm immediately whether or not, in fact, you do have at least a dog that's maybe cocoa. Might not be testable chocolate, but at least it is a lilac dog. So no eye glow, no lilac. So that's the first thing that you can do to kind of check this right off the bat without having to spend any time or effort with Animal Genetics. But look, you're in the negotiation phase here. So test to see whether in fact it is a lilac dog with the eye glow, and then have a conversation with the breeder. The problem you've got here is, it depends on how you pay for the dog. You may have some recourse there. You've got legal recourse, but it may be very hard to actually get anything done. Just because you're in the right doesn't mean that you can, if you take somebody to court over this and you win, doesn't mean you get your money. It's not guaranteed at all. So my point here is that it's not this exit, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it is, sorry. Sorry you had a problem. Yep. So just as a side note, like Tammy was saying, you just got to cross your T's and dot your I's when you're buying a dog. And we don't know who they bought the dog from, and we don't want to start talking bad about people. But
a simple mistake.
This is a classic situation where you've got a breeder who's not very experienced selling a dog, and they sell the dog incorrectly. And there's two ways you can sell a dog incorrectly. You can oversell its DNA, which appears to happen here, or you can undersell its DNA, and they both doesn't now be the partner out. Okay, so that's that for this one. Bye. The video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.